if you've been looking for an excuse to try out some Salesforce, then this week's challenge has been perfect for that. So thanks so much to Lorna and the team up with Workout Wednesday for giving us that excuse. So if you were to follow that link in the challenge, then you would be able to set up your own Salesforce account for free. So just fill in these details. It sends you an email to create a password once you've done this step. So you create the password and then you're ready to connect within Tableau Prep, or Tableau Desktop even. So let's connect to our data. So connect to data and then find the Salesforce option down here. It takes you back to the browser and you just have to log in. So I'll just quickly type in my credentials to be able to do that. I log in, it asks me if I'm allowing access, so I allow it, and then I can close this window now. Okay, and then I have all these different fields, tables here in my connections pane that I can now connect to, which is awesome. So we'll just connect to the opportunity table. We also want the account table, and then we also want the user table. Okay, so wonderful. We've got our 3 tables there, and now that I've done the hard part of connecting to the data, I'm going to go over to the finished workflow rather than building it along with you from scratch. So in order to start using these fields, however, these tables, sorry, I keep calling them fields, then we just need to untick this selection box here and start renaming and selecting only the fields that we want from that list that was in the challenge. So for example, in the user table, I would just untick here. I would know that I want my ID and my name to come through. I don't need to rename either of these. These would just be our joining fields. And they will get renamed in the joins. But if, for example, in the account, I wanted to rename the ID to be account ID, I just need to double click in here and write account ID. Okay, so let's go over to the finished workflow and see how that looks. So we've got our opportunity table here with just the 7 fields that we need going forwards, all renamed and ready to be started joining on. So with that user table, we're first of all going the created by ID coming from the opportunity table, joining to the user ID, and through that we get our created by field. So the created by ID being here and the created by name being here. So if you have gone ahead and connected using Salesforce, you will see your own name here. Otherwise, if you're using the extract, you'll see Lorna's name here. Okay, so then similarly, we need to go ahead and do the owner ID equal to the ID. And again, that's going to be different this time, sorry. The owner name is this fake data that is within Salesforce, so we'll get this owner name field, so just a bit of renaming there too. Then we go ahead and we bring in the account table and join that up, so account ID equals account ID. So that brings through the 4 additional fields from the account table. And then from the account table, we can join onto the user for the account. So the account created ID equals ID, and then the account owner ID equals ID. So that brings all of those tables, all those fields together, all those tables together, and our final output has these 13 fields. We were deleting additional fields as we went in these join steps. So then we have all of these different fields that we wanted to get from that standard connection. Whew. Now we can start answering those questions. So our first question is around who is the opportunity owner with the highest amount. So in order to do that, we're just going to use some aggregation steps to answer these questions. So if I aggregate by my own opportunity owner, so owner name, then I can sum the amount, and in my clean step I can see all of those amounts and owner names, and whoever's got this highest amount there, that would be Irene Kelly. So that is the owner who has the highest amount. Our second question is looking at the account owner name and the amount. So who is the account owner with the highest amount? So very similar, just instead of the opportunity owner name, we do the account owner name. And in this case, the account owner with the highest is Laura Garza. And finally, our final question, which account has the most opportunities and amount? So this time we're grouping by the account name. we're counting the distinct opportunity IDs, and we're summing the amount again. And then what we have here, if we just rename this from opportunity ID to number of opportunities, the highest number of opportunities is this Fowler 322 Inc. And the highest amount would be this Harris 13 Inc. Okay, so that is our challenge for this week. I hope you enjoyed working with Salesforce data. It's quite exciting to get to work with something live rather than just the extracts. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching.